Hello, everybody out there. Are you watching?
Hey,
Are you watching?
we're live 3 seconds in. Hello, everybody.
Yeah.
There are zero people. Kick,
Zero.
kick that radio up. We have one
Let's
like
see.
and zero people. Kick that radio. Get that going. Warm up those test tubes.
Let's see here.
It's time. It's time. It's the breakfast buzz, and we're already pouring coffee.
Yeah, yeah.
Your microphone's already cutting out.
Is it?
Just
Or just me and my wobbly voice?
could be you and
I
your
have a very wobbly
no,
voice in
that
the morning. I just
the whole sound of your mic just cut out for a second there, but that's okay. Hey, we're pouring coffee. Come on in. Have a
Yeah.
seat. Apparently, we're going to be talking today.
Yeah.
It's time to get the quilting out and start the gossip circle.
We got
Is
that.
that what it is?
We've got
Morning, Ralph. Good coffee. Yep.
yeah, coffee. I
Man,
touched
there's
myself. Bah.
so much news blew up last night that yesterday. Are we going to be talking about anything else?
We got questions people have
Please,
sent us.
please tell me we'll be talking about something else
Yeah.
or anything else.
Yeah,
Jesus
yeah,
Christ.
we got that. We got questions. We've got some announcements for the Buzz Box, and
Awesome.
yeah, the good side of indie comics. Um,
We try to talk about the good side of indie comics today.
we try, we try.
We should be like one of those chess timers. Hit there and bad side, bad side, good side. This and this happened. That's really bad. Click. This and this happened, and that's really good. Click.
Rebel Comics and Gaming says, "Yo,
Rebels in the house.
yeah, we
Ralph is in the house. Oh nope, somebody's gone.
everyone's
Somebody's
in the
here.
house. Huh?
No, they're back now.
Yeah.
Come on in, have a seat. We're gonna be talking for a while.
Hey, there's Lola.
This could get a little warm.
Morning. I can't hear you guys. I forgot my headphones, but I'm watching. Good morning, Lola.
She's up before noon.
Yeah, yeah. A
Morning,
rarity.
Lola.
A rarity for her to be up that early.
It's probably because she hears you talking so much.
Oh, no, she's not here.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
oh,
yeah.
she's not there.
No. So
She's on the road. Trico's in there.
Trico Luckins in the hizzy. In the hizzy. Man,
Sure,
we got
there's a few voodoo dolls being made this morning.
Trico?
Well,
Yeah.
they're trying to make a scapegoat out of him. Anyway,
He's a Trico's here with us. Lola, Larry, Ralph. We got a good show planned.
we'll try to make it an up show.
Yeah, we'll try. We'll try.
There's bound to be a lot of this though.
Can't nobody tell me nothing.
Yeah, tons
I
of
have a strange feeling.
that, and of course,
Not to mention a lot of
How dare you?
that's right.
in the
So-
house as well.
Let's hit this intro and come back. And
Let's come back happier.
yeah, let's come back happy. Before we do that, though, Rasmus, remember when Stu was seeing Zola Istria? We that was a long time ago. Was it Lastria?
That was a long time ago, Ralph. It was that was 3 industries ago, apparently.
I made the intro. We're gonna come back. Oop, we're gonna come back a lot happier. We promise. Here we go.
Are we?
Yeah,
Let's come back screaming.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. We are live.
We're live. Like and share. Hit that like button. Tell
Yeah.
your friends. Get that radio tuned up.
INDIEVOLT Radio. Thank you for joining us, INDIEVOLT Radio. We are live there right now. We are also live.
Everyone around the world.
Yeah. Let's see here.
We hit a new record of world listeners on Tuesday,
Mm-hmm.
and we're hoping
Which was very
get
exciting.
up there and beat that record again. Which was that? What was that magic number?
1621 was the number.
1621.
Yeah, 621 right now.
We
Listen,
appreciate each and every one of you listening on IndieVolt Radio
right
and
now, listen.
watching us live.
Right now, listening live is 422 people, and they are mainly right now. We got Germany and Japan listening, and even
Germany and
China,
Japan.
even China. Yeah, and China. Please
China,
stay
stay
healthy.
healthy.
Yeah,
Yes. Stay warm, stay healthy.
yeah. Um,
Wish you only the best.
yeah, we're going to talk about some indie comics goodness, and we're going to answer some
Everything
questions.
is awesome.
Oh, everything is just just awesome. Arts and Craft Channel says congrats, thank you. So yeah, let's jump into one of these questions, Randy.
We jumping that fast. First, you should probably introduce ourselves.
I guess I should. Yeah, I guess I'll introduce myself. I guess if I have to.
We
Hello,
should.
everybody out there. My name is Varian Grant, co-owner for the last 7 years of Last Call Comics and founder of IndieVolt Media LLC. I started making comics way back in 2008. First book ever published was a black and white interior action comedy called Psycho Sirens. I am a father, a husband, a geek, a creator, a publisher, a very reluctant taxpayer, and artist. Shamefully, not in that order. And you're watching Indie Vote Live Breakfast Buzz. Today, I'm joined as always by Mr. Randy Zimmerman.
Yes, good morning. I'm Randy Zimmerman. I am an independent and alternative comics producer, creator, publisher, all of those things. And I've done everything in the market. I've been doing it for many years. And I am also an award winning commercial and graphic artist. And now I just had the pleasure of inducting Will Eisner into the Independent Comics Hall of Fame. That's up on my Zimm Geek channel. So, and I'm a convention organizer and promoter, and I wear many hats, which is how I like it. I love this business.
Hopefully not a black one.
Pardon?
Not a black hat.
Lots of different hats. Well, this one's black.
You don't want the top hat variety.
No, no top hats.
Um,
I don't own a top hat. I swear I don't own it.
are you you got any well, last week I was at a convention, and I was at Astronomicon in Sterling Heights, Michigan, not that far from where I live actually. So it was easy to get there.
Cool.
But it's a real low. It's a pretty local con. They bring in, some really nice guests. That one was cool because I was walking around. You actually got a chance to kind of go up to some of the people and meet them when you can get around. The show floor is very small, very crowded.
Very small floor?
Yeah, I would say, probably too small for what they're doing there. At one point, I thought, I said, oh my goodness, I thought if the fire marshal comes in, he's shutting this shit down.
Oh,
But
they seem that crowded, huh?
yeah,
That's the
I mean,
advantages of a small space. You need fewer people to make it look crowded.
oh yeah. And one of the questions I got related to that, so I'll jump into that one first.
Sure.
Let me see here. Let me figure out which one it is.
Spin the wheel.
Yeah. All right, there we go. Oops. All right. I will share this question, Randy, and you can do the reading.
Sure.
There it is. Okay.
I saw you at Astronomicon, Kid V. I recognized the hat, and I'm embarrassed to say I was too shy to come over and say, "What up?" We've been saying "what up" for many decades now.
Yeah.
Anyway, what did you think about all of the fools ghosting the show and selling shit in the lobby? Were there really a lot of people ghosting the show and selling shit in the lobby? That's kind of bad.
Well, yeah. There were people selling in the lobby. Yeah.
I was approached at least 4 times within 30 minutes to buy some art or a CD. Mad disrespectful. Yes. To the soldiers inside the venue, paying for work. Jacko Vax, or is that Jacko Vax? Probably Jacko Fax.
Yeah.
Jacko Fax.
Yeah.
Jacko, thanks so much for writing in. Yes,
Yeah.
that's shameful and very mad disrespectful. To say the least.
Yeah. He says, paying to work. That's what we do. We pay these. We pay to go. Go to work. no other. I don't think there's many other careers. You know, you pay, you put gas in your car, you arrive at the job, you go in there. You don't, you know, might have to pay union dues or something, but we have to pay to work. So
Sometimes you do.
yeah,
Sometimes you have to pay taxes before you even make the money.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, when you see that,
New
it is.
Orleans.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I did get approached by a gentleman selling his CDs and T-shirts. He didn't have a badge on either. He would just walk in the lobby, kind of, you know, going through, asking, "Hey, everybody want to support me? Want to support me?" There's a whole room of people who paid to be here and asking for support. You need to go in there and at least, you know,
at least buy a badge, dude.
yeah,
At least pay for the show, because if it wasn't for the show being there, you wouldn't be able to be there to hawk your stuff.
yeah,
That's just cold, though. That's
yeah,
just, and like Jackal says, that's just mad disrespectful.
yeah. It is. It
You
is.
see that, you're seeing that a lot more lately, especially when it comes to cosplayers who come in ghost
Mm-hmm.
at the front of the lobby and that, in order to be looked at and dug or whatever, and without paying admittance to get into the show. That's just
Yeah.
sad and cold.
Like they're not buying tickets. They're not. This is not about somebody who bought a ticket. Even though I mean that could be
No.
considered, you know, kind of bad too. I've seen
Yeah,
people buy tickets
that
and
is
come
bad.
in the con and walk. I've seen people go and come in the show and walk Artist Alley with their books. Hey, how you doing? I mean, I remember seeing the guy do another thing. He stopped some people walking down the aisle. Hey, you like comic books? Hey, this is my book. Blah 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 blah. And it's like, bro, if you,
I've seen that
yeah.
with guys selling their collections. They'll come in and pay in order to talk to the vendors on the inside. Also,
That'd be okay if you want to come in and sell your collection. Because I mean,
well, then the vendor at least is going to make some money off you if once they buy your collection.
but like when
At one of my shows, legendary story. At one of my little shows, because I hold shows in farmers markets, had a lady walk up and pull a Fantastic Four 1 out of her purse
mm,
and ask one of our vendors if they were interested. It was real too.
yeah,
That's what was crazy.
was he interested? Oh, he probably was interested, but he couldn't.
Couldn't afford it.
Yeah, I couldn't.
It's
um,
like, wow, he says, I'll give you all the money I have, but that's still not worth the value of the book.
yeah. I think
Not that it was a pristine book, but you know, it's still in reading. Reading level on an FF1 is still really high.
I think that when I see people walking through the show floor, stopping fans, handing them their book. Hey, buy my book, my book. I remember I had a guy just tell me recently. Well, yeah, come over to the food court area. I'm over there. You know, I'm sitting at the table. I got my books out, and he actually did. He had his book set on the little, you know, the plate holders.
Yeah, was the Astronomicon people doing anything to stop the people in front?
Not to my knowledge. Not to my knowledge. And
That'd be
I can't say that. I can't say they did or
security
didn't.
problem, you know.
I can't say they did or didn't, but I
Yeah.
can tell you that it's becoming more of a problem at shows.
Oh yeah,
You know,
more and more people are taking advantage.
and I think that
Figuring out how. Yeah.
if I see somebody doing it, I mean, if you see somebody doing it, maybe tell
Tell security.
tell the find staff security, not a volunteer. If you find a volunteer, tell them you need convention staff. No, somebody's over there setting up in the
In
food court
cafeteria,
section.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
They're taking somebody's space where they're supposed to be eating and trying to make money.
yeah. You know, or walking through the convention, you know, get a picture of the person, take it to security, and take it to the con promoter. Because in most cases, the con promoter doesn't want him there doing that. He wants his cut. Aaron Calamari says, "Hey guys, how's it going, sir? Rebel Comics is only 3 days left for Niobe Kickstarter. Can you throw a plug for me?" Yeah, we'll put that up there. Only 3 days left for the Niobe Kickstarter.
Throw a plus for you, buddy. No problem.
I'll plug it for you. I'll
We're supposed
bring
to
it up.
plus it. We're supposed to throw a plus.
Last night he made a spelling error. Got in trouble with his fiance.
He did.
Yeah.
Is that anything that we need to discuss right now?
Yeah, oh, yeah. It was funny
Good
because
morning, Joshua.
morning.
Are you in the house?
And Ralph says, I know a few dealers that bring a box of comics to trade, quote unquote, sell to dealers or fans. What's your take on that? And that's fine.
Like
That's
I said,
fine.
at least the vendor is going to make a little money if he
Yeah.
buys that book. As
I've
long
got
as he's not going to all of the patrons and going, "Hey, you want to buy my comics?
yeah. Check. Yeah, that's
Check out my comics. Come here.
yeah,
Hey, come here. Check out my comics."
yeah. I get that it's a. I
That's
get that
not.
it's supposed to be. I mean, I get it's kind of like a swap meet. I get it, but when you come in there and you're walking through the aisles, stopping people as they're walking through. Hey, you like comics? I'm an independent artist from blah 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 city, and this is my book, and it's $20 here. I really appreciate it, bro. Okay, tell you what, I need five of that because you're stopping. That guy may have bought my book, but now and you didn't even pay to be here. Yeah, Larry made a misspelling yesterday and wrote that he would do Katrina, and Katrina was on Geekgasm, and it was awesome. So yeah, I would do cat. Everything. Uh, Ralph says, "Do you think the venue was sold out of tables or the price for them were too high?" The venue does sell out pretty quickly. Um, the venue does go through tables pretty quick. And I think that could be I mean, I don't think tables are that expensive for that show. I'm not sure that they are, but that could be a reason. Is it a good reason to do it?
I would know. I was never invited to that show.
Yeah. Is it a good reason to do it? Probably not. But if the venue sold out of tables, go in and try to find out who's going, what they're selling, see if you can maybe get in on the table with them, buy a table. Hell, see if you can talk to the con about a lobby table, if anything. But just walking around the, lobby or the entrance areas or outside the con trying to hawk your, the same shit somebody paid to sell in there.
Art or a CD, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially at that show because there's a lot of musical. It's backed by Twisted, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And I was told by Lola, she says, look, that's pretty much what that happens at concerts all the time. When you're waiting to go into the concert, somebody comes over with their CD. Hey, check my CD out. I'm a local.
Only until security gets wind that they're out there. So
Yeah.
I'm sure that they stop it.
And as a promoter, Randy, would you want to stop that if you found out someone was in the market selling their comics, walking the
Yes.
fans? Yeah.
Yes, I would.
Like we got a Comic-Con in there, and
Yeah.
you're walking around here.
That's not very nice.
And you know what? Here's the thing: you can't do that at any other store. You can't walk in Walmart or Target and with your custom 3D printed figure and walk down the toy and say, "Hey, you like toys, kid? Check out mine." Target's gonna say, "Get the hell out."
Walmart and Target don't even allow the free publications when you walk in through the door that are free because
Yeah.
they're afraid that it'll divert their money.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's very wrong.
I'm gonna move on to the next question here. But then, Jacko, by the way, never be
Never be shy to walk up to
Yeah.
Varian. He doesn't.
Yeah.
He's fun.
Yeah, if
he's
you
a
see
nice
us-
guy.
you see us, feel free to come over and say, "Hey," or "What up?"
If
And
Lola looks at you mean, though, you might want to step back about 2 steps
yeah,
just to be safe.
yeah. If Lola looks at you and she's upset,
Yeah.
and when is she never not
You
upset?
can tell. Well, no, you can tell when she's got the regular look on her face and when she's got a really mean look on her face. That's the time to leave her alone. Step back a couple steps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so sad, so sad. Next question is,
That's the way it works. SK.
mm-hmm.
Do you think creators in 2020 have a reasonable expectation of privacy? Do you have to give up your privacy to get your work out there? And if so, what is the correct balance? Wow, that's a really good question, SK. Thanks a lot for sending that in. We should pitch that on a Thursday or a Tuesday show when we have more people here for more opinion because, well, how do you feel about that? Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
That's how I feel about that too.
I think that there is when you get into any business and you have to be a public figure in that business, I think that you give up that you can give them a certain amount of anonymity. Wow. Anonymity. Yeah. And that there's a chance that you're You know, people are gonna want to know who you are, what you do, what you believe in, what your values are. People are gonna want to know that type of stuff, and I can understand.
And
And
SK, if you're worried about privacy, you're probably not in this art form. I hate to break that to you, but it's a very open art form. Just like any more in today's society, it's a very open type society because there's so many different social platforms out there, and anything that you post out there in public is available to the public, and that kind of gives you a certain level of transparency.
yeah, I mean, I would say if you want, you can have like you can have a fake name if you want. You can go by a pen name, but
Well, even
people are gonna still find out who you are.
yeah,
So,
yeah, that gets really transparent really fast, especially if you've done something wrong. People figure out who you are, what you were, and you know, et cetera, et cetera. But I think he's talking about how much transparency in your personal life do you need to do in order to be saleable or in order to get your
yeah,
product out there.
yeah. I mean,
What kind of expectation should you have? And if you have privacy that needs to be guarded, you should guard it. You
yeah,
know, there's no question. But I'm not a big non de plumes are necessary if you're trying to beat a corporate problem, or if you're trying to stay invisible to a certain sector of the populace. Like well, we were talking about doing more adult material, and I teach school classes, and I'm like, man, I can't use a fake name because people will figure out my style eventually.
hmm
You know, so that privacy is gone.
yeah.
You know, when you're
As an
out
artist,
when you're out in the public, there's a certain level of your privacy that is gone.
yeah, as an artist, it's a little bit harder because people look at art styles and they say, "I know who drew that." I don't care what the name says. As a writer, I've seen writers have styles too. Um, but the thing is, even as a writer, if you go to a show and you're using a pen name, um, people are gonna figure out who you are. And sometimes people equate pen names with, you know, like, oh, why are you using a pen name?
Yeah.
Why are you using a pen name? What are you
What are
hiding?
you hiding?
Yeah, and
If you're
so
using a pen name, you're
I,
hiding from something.
yeah, I think too when I mean, for me, I knew there would be not. I mean, I don't have much to hide. I don't want anybody to know my social security number, obviously,
Right.
but I put stuff, like I don't really have much to hide. I mean, everyone knows I'm married. I have a son. Um, you know, um,
Many decades ago, I got some of the best advice I ever got from a comic artist,
mhm.
and that was from Mr. Mike Grell, who told me who said, I don't think he told me directly, but I overheard him saying, "You always need two signatures, one to sign your artwork and one to sign your checks."
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. I think you can assume that when you get in this business, though, a lot of that privacy is going to be
Gone. Yeah.
gone. I
And
think
if you
it's fair to
snoop
say.
around, especially when you're doing a podcast like this, there's a certain bit of transparency that's happening anyway. You know that there's still some chance to throw up a sheet so that you don't see exactly how dirty your basement is, or certain things like that you can keep from the public. But I've found in my snooping around and listening to other people's podcasts that the more transparent you are, the more likable you become,
Hmm.
because the more honest you appear, and the less fakery dissolves. And
Yeah,
we'll cover
because
that later. But
people desperately want that connection with you,
and they do want
and
that connection, and the more connection they have with you, the more willing they're going to be to pay your price to read your art.
yeah, um, that's pretty funny.
Ralph
Um,
says, I'd stay away from political and religious stances in public, or you will always have some people that will judge you. That's very true.
yeah, yeah, and you gotta kind of ask your friends to um respect that. I had a situation where when we first started, we had a collection of 7 booth girls, and I gave all the booth girls nicknames and named after drinks because name of my company is Last Call Comics. They have a big bar theme, beer theme, so we named all the girls after drinks. And I told the girls, I said, look, I want you to do a couple things for me. One, never like the Facebook. Ever. Like with your actual accounts. I don't ever want you doing that, because you do that, what's going to happen is someone's going to find you. Okay? Somebody's going to find you. They're going to start harassing you. You're going to get mad. And the girls would tell me, okay, not a problem. And then, well, kid, how can we get on Facebook and help the company? And I said, well, I'll make you all Facebooks. And I made all the girls Facebooks. And they were basically sub pages of the actual page. And this is years ago, so I know Facebook has changed the rules since then. But
Plus, the convention atmosphere is completely different from what it was back when you were
yeah,
having booth babes.
and I'll tell you this: I watched a couple of those girls. They would tell their families, "Hey, come like my page." And I think I did. I think I said, if you told the girls that whoever gets the most people to like the page within a, a month, I'll give them $50 or something like that. Just sweeten the pot. And you'll be surprised how many girls' friends came onto their pages and just called them by their name. And it's like, what's the point of you? And I mean, I remember one person, oh, hi, forget the girl's name, what we called her, but let's just say, what's a drink? What are you, a rum or something?
Martini?
Yeah, martini, yeah. Hey, martini, in quotation marks. It's like, we know her name isn't Martini, and now we know you're a friend of hers, so all I gotta do is click your profile, sir, and go through and find her.
Yep.
And now she's stalked. So, I mean, you do give away a certain bit of your privacy when you get in this industry, and I think that to
There's
try to...
your privacy, you're not going to be able to hide.
And I'll tell you this, too. If ever you do have something to hide, and you're hiding behind a nom de plume, people will rip that shit apart and will call you all types of names when they're ripping it down. So yeah, but we will revisit this question Tuesday when we have a few more guests on, because I think this is a very good question, and I want to...
It's a really good question, SK, and we should get more opinions on it than just us.
Yeah.
So,
Um,
absolutely.
let me take that one down. Oh, we're burning through the questions here. We're burning through them. Yes. All right.
Should we jump tracks a little bit and go over to the news?
Sure.
Because we had something that just popped up this morning that was pretty cold.
Yeah.
That I think we should talk about and share. And let me jump over to that.
In the meantime, everybody, iNDIEVOLT radio listeners, right now it's 7:33. No, sorry. Oh, jumped up 7:38.
Actually,
7:38.
It's 9:28 a.m. over here.
Yeah. Yeah. We have 730 now 9 listeners.
Awesome.
That's
We've
cool.
almost doubled the attendance so far. So
Yeah.
it's all good.
So we
Keep
appreciate
going.
that.
Yep.
So
ahead.
this particular story was
This
sent
is
to
from
me.
the site Distractify. And
Yeah.
It's been making the rounds on Facebook this morning.
Mhm.
About, go ahead. Did you want to read it? Or
Well,
you want me to-
let me set it up a little bit here first. This artist, Quinny, I followed on DA. I didn't follow her on Facebook.
DeviantArt.
Yeah, DeviantArt.
Not everybody knows what DA is.
And I followed her there, and I don't know why. Sometimes I'll follow somebody at a certain place and totally forget that like things like Facebook exist, and they're probably on there too. So I followed her on Facebook, and I was aware that she had been diagnosed with an illness, cancer, but her condition deteriorated rapidly. I think it's fair to say, and now some Egyptian company that makes melon is the name of the company. They are making items with her art on it day after she died. They're claiming they had permission, and most say they do not. Randy, I can read the article if you want.
No, I can read it.
Okay.
Read it. It's all good. Stationery company under fire for monetizing artist's work a day after her death. This is from the Distractify staff and was filed 19 hours ago. There are definitely countless examples of companies, both large and small, using artists' work without permission or pay and turning a profit on their backs. I'd venture to say the practice of expecting artists to work for free is as old as art itself. Perhaps some Neanderthals 17,000 years ago went to their graves still awaiting their payment for those cave paintings in, I believe that's Lacan. Melon Notebooks, stationery company based in Egypt, has come under fire using artwork by artist Quing Han, aka Quinny, who unfortunately passed away from cancer at age 29. The popular DeviantArt creator, whose Instagram has over 2 million followers, was beloved by a large online community. On December 28th, Quinny announced on her Instagram that she had been diagnosed with stage 4 fibrosis sarcoma and had a year to a year and a half left. Unfortunately, her battle ended much earlier, possibly owing to a pre existing congenital heart condition. Within a day of the announcement of her death, by friend and fellow artist Courtney Siege Howlett, Melon's Instagram put up a collage of Quinny's art in an in memoriam. Though it seems like a sweet gesture from a manufacturer who was in collaboration with the late artist, that doesn't appear to be the case. According to people who are close to Queen, the company reproduced her work on their notebooks without permission or payment. And for all Quinny's fans, we appreciate your love, but we have the permission. Melon's caption reads, they purport to even have evidence that permission of that permission in the following grid post, which includes screenshots of DMs exchanged by Quinny in December. However, the messages definitely do not condone or connote.
I don't. Yeah. New word. I'm gonna look that up.
A new word. Permission to use her artwork for commercial purposes. Then there's a series of tweets where she asks, obviously on Quinny's side, she says, let's put this on the back burner for later, then LOL, Happy New Year. So
Yeah.
she really didn't give permission.
Yeah, she says, and then she says that she's only dealt with companies where they pay first, and they say, "Well, you'll love us." They say, "I swear we are not like anyone you made a deal with before. It'll be easy with us, my queen. We really, really appreciate your art." And then,
That's a lot of sweet talking for nothing.
yeah,
And then she says, "Well, let's put it on the back burner
yeah,
for now, and Happy New Year."
yeah.
So they came.
It doesn't seem.
Thanks, sweetheart. Happy New Year. Hope
It does. It doesn't
2019
seem
is a
she was
magical year
interested.
for you. Yeah.
It doesn't seem she was interested in that, in the deal at that point. If that's the last conversation between them, that's not permission at all.
Yeah. Well, they also said that 2019 is a magical year for you, so maybe that was a year ago.
Yeah. So,
Anything more recent?
nah, I don't think so.
Quite the contrary. Quing seems to Lemore their request to use her art, saying, let's put this on the back burner for later, then Happy New Year. Less than 6 weeks later, Quing reportedly died, and those messages appeared to have been her final words on the matter, saying, let's revisit this request at a later date. It does not equal permission. It's not a no, but it's definitely not a yes. Further complicating the issues and drawing ire from Quing's supporters is the fact that Mellon reportedly has sold a notebook featuring one of her most famous illustrations since at least 2018 without permission or payment. I've already sent these guys a message, along with a lot of other people and some other personal friends, wrote Courtney on February 11th. I'll be ramping up the warnings if they don't take this down. She did not agree. You're all correct, she confirmed to a concerned fan. And another message after that, screen cap, this is absolutely horrible. Someone who's always been a ray of sunshine to all. I don't know what to say. Loads of Instagram accounts claim to have collaborated with Quinn, and others are reselling her work without proof. Oh, that's great. Well, she was very popular. She had a very accessible anime influenced style.
Yeah. I would.
Comments have been disabled on Mellon's Insta account, and their website appears to be defunct, at least for the time being. But their Facebook page is full of accusations of theft, as well as attempts to generate sales directly from the recent death of an artist.
Who was not received and now can.
As well as attempts to generate sales directly from the recent death of an artist who has not received and is now cannot ever recoup royalties for her work.
I do have a question, and it's a legal question.
It doesn't seem to be an isolated incident either. Even Mellon's logo belongs to someone else, an Indonesian entertainment company, as pointed out to an astute observers on Twitter. So they're really a fake company.
Yeah, I had a friend that happened to with his comic company. Another company took his logo and put it on their site. Here's the thing, though I would be curious to find out, in her passing, and that's tragic, if, like, there's no estate. So what can we do? Is it just free range on her art?
Unless she's got no parents.
Yeah.
And no descendants, there's still an estate. Technically, there's somebody that's going to control her work.
Right.
So,
well, I mean,
I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, if no one's interested, though, I mean, can we just start? Can artists just, and not just artists, but, like, can companies start going in there and just, hey, it's a free for all. We can just take and just sell now.
No, because, well, they can try, and they can probably get away with it for a little while. But if it goes into probate or whatever, there's bound to be somebody out there that'll end up suing.
I would suggest all artists, all creators, anyway. I've told people before, get somebody that you know. Loved one, or there's an old story here in Michigan, at least in the lower, like Detroit and Livonia areas, about a dealership, very popular dealership. I don't want to say names, so I don't want to get us in trouble. But the owner of the dealership passed away, and the business was left to his wife, who for years just stayed at home, went on vacations, knew nothing about the business. 3 months after he passed away, like, the business was in shambles. Cars were missing.
Wow.
Money was missing. But I mean, they said, like, over, like, this is the early 90s, early to the mid 90s. We're talking about like 91, 92. Cars are missing off the lot. I even said 50 cars. I remember being little and hearing that, and these cars have vanished. They're gone. Yeah. So, teach somebody, whether it be a child, a spouse. I say a child, I mean, it could be a teenager, how to run the business and what to do in case of your, passing. Brian Germain says, I'm late coming in. What are you chatting about? Talking about all types of things, Brian. We've been talking about selling art in lobbies at conventions, not coming in, not buying a ticket. We've been talking about the passing of Quinny, who was a very popular artist.
Yeah, and the fact that an Egyptian company seems to have rushed out notebooks with her artwork on it 2 days after her death, even though she didn't give them permission to do that.
That's right. So they're making money off of her.
And if she has an estate, depending upon how young she is, her parents might not have any idea the worth of her artwork.
Yeah.
And that would be a true shame.
Yeah, that would be.
She was a very gifted artist.
Yeah. I'm going to go to another question here, Randy. Here we go. This is from Alden.
Rolling on. Yep. Alden? We've heard from Alden before?
I believe so, yeah.
Thanks for writing in. Long-time watcher. Awesome, Alden. Thank you so much. What can we do as a community of artists about our peers showering fundamentally flawed artists with praise? I'm seeing artists who have no concept of sequential pacing, perspective, or an entry-level grasp of anatomy attempt to submit to image because all they ever get is heart emojis on art that sucks. No surprise. Wow. That's a little harsh, Alden. But
yeah.
no surprise, most are women.
Yeah, it's harsh.
Well, there's gonna be an e- extraordinary amount that Alden is noticing because there are more and more women getting into this market.
Which we
So there,
need, which is
which we
fine.
yes, which we need, but there's that makes a higher percentage of those entrants unskilled. So that's what Alden apparently is talking about. Everybody wants to give their friends an attaboy and tell them to keep going, and that looks great. And but the people that if they're out there submitting to Image is going to shut them down. I don't think Image even takes submissions anymore, to tell you the truth. Um, so I'm not sure where if they would even be submitting to Image anymore. I haven't been on their site lately to see if they have any guidelines for
I believe you
submission.
can. I believe you
Really,
can.
you can still submit to
I believe
Image.
you can submit.
Even though Eric, I believe, Eric Stephenson, right? That's the person who's in
Yeah,
charge of Image,
yeah,
has
yeah.
stated that they're cutting way back on their books
Um,
this year.
Alden.
And for some reason, they're not selling.
Yeah. They're not selling because the industry's down all around. But yeah,
Everybody has to start somewhere, Alden, and usually the place that you start is showing your friends and relatives who all want to give you heart emojis anyway, because they don't want to tell you, hey, your art sucks. These people have to go out and get the harsh critiques and get the no's from Image, though that's shooting. Quite frankly, that's shooting way high. That's shooting your foot way high. To tell you the truth, because Image, if they do accept you, they don't lose money. Image doesn't lose money. You have to cover their losses. If your book comes out and is a sincere bomb, you have to recover their cost of breaking even minimally.
yeah, yeah. I don't think some people understand the industry.
Brian Germain says they do still have their submission guidelines open still. So
Yeah. Yeah.
who knows? Maybe they're still looking.
Alden, I wrote a story, and I'll tell a very quick version of it. Years ago, as a kid, I would draw a lot. Like it was something I did nightly, and I would take my drawings to my parents, and my mother always said, "Oh, yep, another masterpiece." My dad would say, "Yeah, this is good." And then one day, I took a piece, and he said, "I've seen better from you." And I'm like, "What? What do you say?" And I'm like, "I make 9 or 10. Like what?" And I went and I erased a picture and tried to fix what I didn't think he liked and brought it back. And he says, now I think the way you had it was better. And I ran back in the room and I'm working, trying to get this box, trying to get this drawing correct. And then my dad told me years later that there was nothing wrong. He was just trying to get me to be a better artist. He didn't want me to, think, oh, everything's cool. I'm the best
Attaboy,
artist ever.
attaboy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He wanted me to get better, and and that's what I tried to do, and that's what I've done. And I still do it to this day. I'm always trying to get better. Um,
Rob says to check the inbox that there is a breaking story.
yeah, I will. I will do that. My
We should check the
internet's
source before we read it.
yeah, my internet's running really, really weird
Yeah,
right now. So
unfortunately, I don't have the same inbox that or access to the inboxes that Varian has, Rob. So if you want to send that to me, if you can send it over Facebook
yeah.
and IM it, we'll definitely take a look at it. But
Um,
the more Varian plays on his computer, the less it's likely that he's going to be functioning.
And then as far as
And he did send me a link. So
most of these people being women, though, I will say too, unfortunately there are people who will heap praise on women because there are some guys out there who will prey on women and heap all this praise on them because they're hoping they can get a girlfriend out of it. Unfortunately, that's just how it is. And there are people who get tons
oh
of praise,
wow,
male and female,
wow.
uh,
I'm gonna share
pushed
this.
upon them.
I'm gonna share this and we'll read it.
Okay, yeah,
It's-
pushed upon them, and they probably don't deserve it. So, yeah, what are we sharing? I have
Oh
no idea.
boy, Geeks of Color Expo.
I'm going to hear Cole.
It
Okay.
is with the sadness, and I'm gonna try to scroll down here so you're not reading everybody's name who's you know
Yeah.
who's commenting on this. It is with a deep sadness that we have to postpone this weekend's event due to no fault of our member Due to no fault of any member of the GCX staff, our funds were stolen and has left us working from ground zero. We understand that this is very short
Oh no.
notice, and we apologize for the inconvenience this may have caused to all attendees, volunteers, exhibitors, and so many more of you. If you'd like to request a refund, please send the name of your buyer to geeksofcolorexpo@gmail.com. Exhibitors, please send your request to vendors, and then they give the address. We are in the process of securing a new location and dates as we speak. Also, going forward, the event will be free to register and attend. We will share updates right here on the page and the website once we have more information. Thank you for everyone's support, prayers, wishes, and time. We truly appreciate the people of Austin and the Black Geek community.
Oh,
Must be Austin, Texas, I take it.
yeah, I'm guessing so. That's
There's his full schedule and onward. Yes, apparently somebody has absconded with their funds. Are we still there? You sound like
I am. I just
mic
I
is
muted it. I muted it because the dog started barking because someone outside is
I hear you.
closing car doors.
Is Lola home? Is that what you're saying?
No, she's not. She's not. I don't expect them back for quite a while. That's unfortunate, and I hate hearing that. But it's not the first time I've heard that. I would wonder if that's the first year. I've never heard of that con. Is that their first year doing it, or Randy, you still muted?
Sorry, I had to cough. I said,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's the first time I've heard of it, too.
Yeah.
What does unboxed mean? I am unboxed.
I don't know. Oh, you were inboxed.
Inbox.
He inboxed it to you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Rob
yeah.
also says it's hard. You want to support creators, but you need to also help them with honesty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
Man, what a shady business, huh?
yeah, Ralph says, yes, I try to find something good in the art and then instruct them to books that might help them refine or advance the work.
Absolutely. And it's up to them how they take that knowledge and put it to their stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I try to do the same thing.
And what we're talking about is this question sent in by Alden. Yeah, I mean, Alden, people are gonna keep putting up art, and the thing is, some people you can't critique. Some people, they don't believe in negative critiques. They believe in positivity all the time. I'll get better. You just keep telling me I'm doing good, and it kind of sets up this whole idea that you're ready, and they run to the big. They think they're ready for the big leagues. Because I know an artist right now who he got his shot. I'm not gonna say his name because I don't want to piss people off, but he got a shot at the big leagues, and his first book out, he fell behind on the deadline. His first book out, with
He's not alone. There's been a lot of people that have happened.
yeah, but he wanted this, but he didn't have what it took.
Didn't have the skills, the discipline.
Yeah, the discipline. Yeah, exactly. That's the word.
Skills.
Yeah, and so his first book was late. It came out, but ever since then, that company, one of the big two, has treated him like a redhead, stepchild.
Well, that's what will happen. You screw an editor just once. That's all it takes. And that editor tells all the rest of the editors, and then those editors tell all the competing editors.
Yep.
Oh, we tried to use so and so, but he didn't deliver.
Yeah, and now he's lucky if he gets a 4-page backup story in a book.
And a lot of these guys are cut back to variant covers too.
Yeah.
That's all they get. Maybe 2, 3, 4 covers a year.
Exactly.
Or they also get into this attitude, where you try to give them a critique, and then all they think is
Can't nobody tell me nothing.
over and over again.
Yeah.
And that's sad too, because then they do end up submitting to Image or wherever, and they get mad. Oh, that's just nepotism. They're not, they're not hiring me because they've got all of their buddies.
Mm-hmm.
So that does that is the case some of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Not all of the time though. Sometimes you just don't have the skill.
Brian Germain says, if anyone else is having this issue, don't know if anyone else is having this issue, but Randy's mic seems a little quiet today. I know, it sounds okay to me.
I can turn it up.
Yeah. Sounds okay to me.
Let me check my levels. I am a little low. Let me hear.
Okay.
It's about right there.
Okay.
Hope that
There you
works. Anyway,
All right. So next question is from Germs here.
Germs here. I was watching Geekgasm, and kid, you said something about you used to love working in the comic book business. Are you saying you don't love it anymore? You lost your smile, Chief? Thanks, Germs, for writing in. Have you lost your smile?
Um,
Marion, you're still smiling, it looks like.
it's been a rough week. It's been a rough week.
It has been a particularly picky week. Luckily, I've been trying to work as much as I got an outside commercial job that I'm in the middle of, but literally in the middle of it. I haven't been really digging around, rooting around, or just kind of trying to sit as far away from it as possible.
Yeah, it's been a rough week. You know,
Sometimes you
and
just
it's
want to distance yourself from that kind of
yeah, and it's not even just that. I mean, it's other stuff. You know, you deal with other stuff as a publisher.
stuff. Yep.
There's all kinds of other stuff going on when
Always.
you run a business that you're worried about. You know, and it just all kind of compounds, and you know, it's kind of like I imagine, and I'm not sure if they ever felt this way, but I can understand. A long time ago, I used to think that Marvel would love nothing more than to see DC fail, or especially Marvel Films loves when a DC property fails. And someone told me once, they said no. I think it was John Campea I was talking to on Twitter. He says no, absolutely not. DC, Marvel needs DC. Marvel needs DC to put out quality movies that make money. Every time you put out a sucky comic movie, it's a hit on the industry.
And comic book movies in general.
Right. The industry, the everything.
Birds of prey.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So I started thinking about that in relation to our industry, and every time someone f's up, it's a wagging finger at this industry.
especially people in the industry when they f up.
Yeah.
It drags everybody else down because it raises everybody's hair on the back of their neck, and everybody,
Yeah.
all the red flags start going up, and they're like going, oh, what about this guy?
Yeah. So we all get looked at, and we all get lumped into one big pile. You know, there are people who aren't. Listen,
This
yeah, understand. There are
industry
people.
seems to be one big dog pile anyway at times.
Yeah, we got to remember there are people, the normies, who you know they think that Comic Con is one traveling circus.
Yeah,
They think we just go from town to town. Oh, Comic Con is it?
like gypsies.
Yeah. Comic Con is at the Almeida Fairgrounds today. Let's go on down.
Yep.
They don't realize different promoters. So you have to understand when people hear one person. And yeah, it's been a rough week. It's been a rough week.
And it's easy to be depressed when something like that springs up.
Yeah.
Very easy, and then you start looking at the business, and you go, this. And I've caught myself saying it a couple of times this week. This business is scummy and sucks. Over and over, and you can't have that attitude. We're here to have fun. It's an entertainment industry. We're here to entertain people, and in doing so, that means that hopefully we're helping people forget their troubles, if only for a short while, and get involved in the stuff that we're generating. That's all part of being in this entertainment industry.
And
And when you, well, okay, we're dancing around this on purpose. When you get people out there that drag the entire industry down, and nobody wants to do anything about it, it just gets irritating as shit.
yeah.
Am I starting to get on that soapbox?
That's fine.
I think I am.
Well, here we go. Rob says we are being requested to stop covering a certain. Oh, go ahead, Randy.
Creator. Yeah, we're being requested to stop covering a certain creator because of accusations. When we do, we need to respond. When do we need to respond to it as journalists, and when do we need to respond by removing creators, if
They are not.
if they are not convicted?
I
Well,
think that every. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I think that every news outlet needs to figure that out. kind of for themselves. I mean, obviously Fox doesn't do what CNN does, and CNN doesn't do what
Well, and
MSNBC
you're
does.
you're talking mainstream media again, and even the comics mainstream media isn't covering these kind of stories
Yeah,
that are going on constantly in this business and needs to be pointed at and stopped. Or there should be a level of ethics and conduct that people should naturally have that apparently some people don't. When it comes to abuse and a conman snake oil ship and stuff like this.
yeah.
I'm still getting on that box, man. Keep
I,
me off of
I,
that box, please.
I, I think that
Talk me off the ledge. Talk me off the ledge.
I think that we do have to worry about the fallback. Hey, shit hits the fan and it splashes everywhere,
Yeah.
and there's no way. Certain turd bombs are big, and when they hit, you know,
Well,
and two.
are we going to start discussing this now?
Well, I want to wait a bit. I want to wait a bit, but yeah, I mean, it's just like
How's our radio numbers?
radio numbers are still good. Radio numbers are set at eight
Okay.
ten right now. So,
Cool.
um,
Thanks for listening, all of you.
but yeah, germs. That's why it's been hard to smile, and plus, like I said, there's stuff going on. When you have a company that you're dealing with, you're dealing with print delays. You're dealing with you know, if a book is gonna
As far as working in the business,
yeah.
you have so many hurdles and a lot of hassles, and it's very easy to get depressed about it.
Yeah, and then something else happens, it just adds on to it, and you're like, why am I in this business? Why am I in this business?
You have the day-to-day grind of just trying to get a book out there, or making, well, not to get too personal, making sure that a freaking package gets to the right person at the right time, and apparently, there's losses in shipping, there's losses in publishing and pushback on your printer, there's talent that can't make deadlines, there's any
Oh,
of
yes.
a number. Yeah, see, look at that. Oh, yes. I've gone through all of that. And that's the hassle of when you're printing other people's books, and even when you're printing your own stuff, it's difficult to hit your own deadlines or to work on your own projects when you've got to deal with all of the rest of the hassle.
Yeah,
On top of that, then there's other sleazy shit that hits the news.
yeah, yeah. And then you're just like, fuck this industry, and not
And
just
then you're
that,
like, this is not a friendly industry.
and not just that, but
And it ought to be fun. It ought to be entertaining. So,
it makes you question. It makes you question friendships. Makes you question what you thought you knew, and
we're,
you know,
you said you wanted to wait.
yeah. It just makes you question that. Well, unfortunately, with the next question,
I'm trying to get off of my soapbox. I'm not going to make it, am I?
with the next question, it's a two-parter. It's a two-parter.
Well, you ask people to stick to 90 words or less so that you can put it on one card.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
didn't
they
happen.
don't. No, they don't. They don't. You tell them to stick to. Yeah, I'll do
Somebody-
just that.
Somebody's ranting, aren't they?
Yeah. First, Rob says, I heard there's a new cheaper way to ship comics. No envelope needed. Don't have heroes. Hashtag don't have heroes. Yeah, yeah. You can just put a sticker on the back of them and ship them out in the mail.
I don't know what's wrong with my comments thing. I got a balloon that's up that says new comments. And it's not.
Yeah, that happens to me sometimes. I don't know why. It does it. No new comments. I'll post this one though. It says, Rob says, I heard there's a new cheaper way to ship comics. No envelope needed. And then hashtag don't have heroes. Go ahead, Randy. Only you can read this one with the video.
That's not a new way. That's a couple months old, isn't it?
Well, it's
You just slap a label on the back cover, and mail it up. Don't put a staple on it or nothing. It works real good. Until they get it in their mailbox all rolled up and damaged. Yeah. Every damn time a woman enters a male-dominated space within a matter of 1 or 2 years, she's been abused, quote, abused, harassed, drugged. The list goes on and on. Why is it that only the questionably talented women are the ones coming forward with these claims of injustice in these geek entertainment fields? Perhaps if their skills laid in perfecting their skill set and craft instead of the sack they'd be taken more seriously? Question mark. Well, that's one person's opinion.
And you know, Randy,
Everybody should be constantly working on improving their skill set.
yeah, and I'll put the next part of the question up here. Or it's not even really a question; it's more of his statement.
It sounds like a misogynistic rant.
And then he asked to have not have his name on there. So
Well, things that are anonymous, we probably,
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, I was raised in a rough area. We had gangs, and oftentimes women joined those gangs. Initiation ranged from being jumped in or being sexed in. The girls who got sexed in weren't considered true to the gang, just some toys to play with during the downtime. You're not offering skills and heart, then exactly what are you doing here, poser? You must be here for something.
now, you know, Randy, I went back and forth when I got that question, like as if we were gonna even air that,
Yeah.
and you know, I think again, you know, there's a misogynistic element to that question.
But there's a seed there, and I'm sure that's why you wanted to run that question, because there's a tendency in any industry to run in cliques, and being a part of the clique is a big thing. And if you get admission, you know, how are you going to get admission? Either by skill or whatever way possible. And some of these cliques
If you want to run
have a casting couch.
if you want to run the Varian Grant click, bring me food. The Indie Vault click is accepting food.
We need to start having potluck click meetings every Saturday. That's
Yeah,
what-
yeah.
Whenever there's not a con, there's a potluck click meeting at various house. Bring food.
Yeah.
One of the best things we used to do when Ralph and Stu were doing Arrow Comics was meeting down there Friday nights and sharing pizza and going over everybody's work in order to improve our skill sets.
Getting pizza stains on the art.
Well, no, we were careful about that, but for the most part. But
Yeah.
I'm sure that happened. I still can't get into my comments, so you are the guy.
Brian Germain says the
I
great.
might have to pop out and pop back in order to get this to work right.
Okay.
I shall return.
Okay. Brian Germain says the great part and at the same time sad part about you being on your soapbox, Randy, is that nothing you're saying is inaccurate. Yeah. Randy usually has a lot of the he's the calmer one of us. He's a more introspective version of me. No, he's actually I go to Randy a lot about questions I have, and especially when it comes to the industry.
Sorry about that. What was that again?
No problem. Brian Germain said the great part and at the same time sad part about you being on your soapbox, Randy, is that nothing you're saying is inaccurate.
Well, thanks for that, bro. Appreciate that.
Robert asked, "Varian, you joining the gang?"
Yeah,
No.
we're all in a gang. Let's
Yeah.
all be in a gang.
Yeah.
No initiations though, just skill, just talent.
There's, I'll join the gang. Jump me in.
Just
Yeah.
Come and get me.
Yeah.
We're all driving up to where you are.
Yeah. Ralph says, remember, some might just be reaching out for attention, others for friendships. Everyone is different.
Everyone. Yep.
Trico says, the Indie Vault click, we don't get jumped in. You get tacoed in, bring tacos, and you're in.
There you go.
Yeah, we, you know, just bring tacos and we'll let you in the gang. It's, you know, and membership has the benefits.
Are we going to address the situation now?
So yeah, I guess I mean what a lot of people were getting messages. I mean, we've seen it in the chat, and I was in the chat a few times and Geekgasm, and I kind of danced around it. But situation is that we got a creator who's been accused of some pretty I think, Randy, what's a word?
Heinous.
Heinous.
I would say heinous.
Yeah,
Heinous abuse.
Yeah, and
Let's say that. And it's not just one person. And it's not just two people. And apparently it's not just three people. And it's
Yeah.
not just four people. And it's not just five people. It's not just six people.
yeah, I mean,
When does it stop? And who's going to stop it? Only the women that are brave enough to come forward are the ones that we've heard from. And even that came off of a posting on somebody's timeline where he was boasting about doing better. Oh, I'm on that box, am I? I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I just get
It's
really,
okay.
This
Randy,
boils my blood. I am so sorry. We're supposed to be in a fun media, and oh,
no, but
my face is red. As red as my nose. Holy crap!
Larry says I'm
Larry
innocent.
says he's innocent.
Yeah.
All right, Larry, you're innocent.
No, I seen. Yeah.
But it started with a self-righteous, narcissistic rant. Oh my goodness, I'm on that box.
Do you think that's what it was? You think it was narcissism?
I absolutely do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do we need to get up there and read it?
No, I wouldn't read it. I wouldn't read it because,
It's not worth it.
yeah.
Just like the apology that he made was vague and without merit, without incident. Just, if I stepped on somebody, I'm so sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Mark Bloodworth, famous Mark Bloodworth. Right.
Dakota, yes.
Yeah.
Dakota Fanning.
Yeah. And
This
then
whole,
there.
this, and, there's, where, anyway. We wanted to stay away from we don't want to name names,
Yeah.
except to say that there were some brave females that popped up after that speech or that dig me, I'm better. Dig me, I'm better. Posting that said, really, and then went off and said that and started talking about the abuse that they have suffered at the hands of this, how do you put it, snake oil salesman, con man. We were talking off the air, and I was comparing it to these religious sect leaders like David Koresh and Ted Bundy. What's another name?
Charles Manson.
Charles Manson. Because there's people out there that still think Charles Manson walks on air.
You know, he's dead, but yeah.
Huh?
He's dead now, but yeah.
Did he die?
Yeah, Charles.
Oh,
Yeah.
did?
But I mean, they
Anyway,
might still think he
back
walks
when
on
he
there.
was back when he was convicted and in prison, they still thought that he was the end all for, he had such a sweet tongue and convinced so many followers to follow along with him, and there were all sorts of little sex parties and all sorts of little fun things going on. And when it came time to be sorry, he wasn't sorry. He never apologized.
Yeah.
He just went to prison for what? Oh, and as far as he knew, he was innocent. He didn't do nothing.
I remember hearing that at one point. I remember somebody told me in school that Charles Manson? He's doing work for Sega. He's a video game tester.
Jim Jones, David Koresh, that kind of
Yeah.
kind of fanaticism is what I'm seeing here, and it's irritating, and it's sad.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the funny thing about this whole situation.
My face is red.
What's been done? What's been done is heinous.
No. Repeatedly heinous.
Okay, yeah, repeatedly heinous, and what really boils my blood is that I'm hearing that I don't care what you do, if you want to lay a trail of bodies, quote unquote, from here to Mexico, you can do that, but if people say, hey, don't forget we did X, Y, and Z, and I'm hearing people saying they've been getting silenced. I think that Rob brought up.
That's part of that clique seems to be going around behind them and intimidating them, and that's uncalled. That's wrong.
If anybody's getting silenced, that's wrong. That's where you start coming like, are you part of the Clintons?
If anybody's being told to shut up without actually listening to their problems, that's wrong.
Rob says, sadly, the only women and the accused can tell the truth. The rest of us have to watch and guess till the truth is out.
We're sitting here conjecturing, drawing, putting pieces of jigsaw puzzles together, and that doesn't help anybody.
Yeah, I don't.
Especially when the puzzle has all dark pieces.
I just wonder if look, here's the funny thing about this industry. I've seen this industry get torn apart over the last 3 years by who you fucking voted for.
Oh, that's the big key right there.
I've
That's
seen,
what really burns me.
oh my God, you voted for
The
asshole
wrong.
number one.
You voted for the wrong guy.
Yeah.
We're gonna remember that.
Your politics are X, Y, and Z, and I've watched people lose their jobs, lose their careers for it without
Literally.
question.
Literally lose their jobs, lose their freelance gigs, lose their careers, and have deals, publishing deals, rescinded because they voted for the wrong guy.
Or I've watched people get kicked out of conventions because they put their support behind the wrong guy. I'm talking about Larry. Larry can't get into a show because he put his
It's a good
support
example.
behind the wrong guy.
Yep.
And
And Larry's Canadian, so he couldn't have voted for the wrong guy.
yeah, right. Unless Larry, were there, Larry, was there collusion? Did you figure a way to vote in our election?
Are you part Russian?
I just don't like it, and I think that the industry needs to take a good look at itself. And as Spank the Monkey once said, "Is this what we've become? Is this who we are?" That we need to hold. This whole thing is our fault. Hold a mirror up to us, and we take a good look at ourselves. And that's the last thing I'm gonna say about it. That's the last thing I'm gonna say about it.
And it's a shame that, and it's a true shame that there have been people out there that have been heinously abused, and there's no, what do I want to say? No ramifications.
Because, well, that's wrongdoers on
None.
both sides.
No ramifications for that abuse.
There's people on both sides. I mean, nobody here. I don't know.
Apparently, to date, there's no real. There. Oh, I'm sorry if I hurt or offended anybody for my silence or not going forward. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's as genuine as what I just said.
I just wonder now, where do we go from here?
Oh God, I'm on a soapbox. I keep trying not to get on.
Where do we go from here? And the thing is, this community is industry. It's industry. It's industry. Keep using that word. Is
This
resilient.
industry has had trouble the last couple of years because of what you're saying.
Yeah.
But hey, the people have come up with solutions, and now to start talking positively, that's one of the absolutely awesome things about this industry. That if you want to be here, you can figure out how to stay here without having to deal with the freaking system. You can get out and you can get away from it. You can create your own newspaper, which I did for 10 years. You can go out and get advertising gigs, which I've done for the last 10 years, and get really good solid money, and get paid better than what anybody in the alternative market's getting paid for right now. Doing advertising work and still doing sequential artwork.
Yeah.
And now, especially now, you go and you look at some of those crowdfunding campaigns and some of these people that have been shoved out of the mainstream, and see what they're pulling down. Holy crap.
Yeah, I just
In
seen.
January and February yet, and anybody who's been in publishing knows January and February are always dead months. Those are the months that you just try to coast. If you're doing a movie, all of the terrible crap movies come out after Christmas and before the big May rush, because nobody, who else is going to be out there to see anything? The moviegoers who have to see the movie will make a run to the movie, because all of the crap movies come out of that period, or the movies that the studios don't have a whole lot of faith in. Back when I was printing comics, January, February were always dead months. I was always worried about putting out products in January and February, because the numbers were always lower than what they would be the rest of the year. And here, there's been crowdfunding campaigns out there that have jumped to six figures within a week or two from people that have been thrown out of the mainstream.
Yeah.
So guess where the money is? Guess where the popularity is?
Oops.
And the company
Sorry about that.
that's producing 1,200, selling 1,300. or the company that has 1,000 followers willing to spend $25 a hit plus 10, $15 in postage in order to get your book 5, 6 months from now?
Excuse me. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to sneeze on
I
camera.
told you to keep me off my damn soapbox. I'm sorry.
I'm
But
sorry. I'm
it's
just allergic.
again, you have to sit back and look at this industry and go,
I'm just allergic to all the bullshit in the industry.
what
That's
the
all.
hell?
Sneezing.
Yeah.
Here we go. And speaking of comics that are
There's
being
a lot of things.
speaking of comics that are being crowdfunded right now,
Absolutely.
Niobe Birthright Part 1 of 2.
Larry's in the chat right now. He's
Yeah.
at $5,116.
Yeah. 182 backers. 3 days to go on that to get yourself a copy of Niobe Birthright. And that is the
And he's passed his goal, right?
yeah, yes, his goal was $2,867.
So that book's coming. That book's coming out.
And that's $5,116 American. To Larry, that's gotta be millions, at least a cool million, Canadian. So,
Canadian? That's not the way that exchange rate's currently working, or we'd all be going to Windsor.
I think right now it's the Paul Green cover with the colors by Ula Moss. I think is the most popular cover he's running right now. I'm not sure. It could
I
be.
really like the one 2 up. That one's awesome.
This
the
one here?
that's 2 up. Keep going. That one.
This
I love
one?
that cover. I think that
Yeah.
cover's awesome. Nope. Down. That looks like a ghost. That reminds me of a Ghost Rider cover.
You mean the one by R.B. White?
Is that the one? Is
Well,
that the one you were just talking about?
no, this is Russ Cassidy. This is Steph Wilson with the her butt showing.
Steph
on the radio.
Wilson?
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
that's an awesome cover. I love the way it looks there. It's just got a good look all around.
I
And
got
it's
my
not
two
because
favorite
her-
ones.
And it's not just because her butt's up. It's because the style of the artwork is amazing.
My favorite is the R.B. White cover cover C and cover D. I have a hard time between those two. He's got some stretch goals. He's got buttons. He's got prints available, T-shirts. So yeah, he's I think he's pretty much broke into all of these. He's
Pixel Trader says Paul's cover stole my wallet and made me say thank you.
Hey, look
Thanks
at this
for being in the house, Pixel.
at $5,116. He is a couple hundred away from the trading card. So maybe in 3 days we can get that trading card to happen. Yeah, because he's already
right. The comic too hot for conventions.
yeah, that's exactly what it is. He's been banned. He ain't doing no conventions. You shouldn't have said Mike Mignola did nothing wrong. Let's see here. The hardest thing the hardest thing. Oh, go ahead.
This says the book is done. I got a sample copy in my hand.
Yeah, he showed that last night on
done.
on Geekgasm. He showed that, and it looks gorgeous. He's actually printing it locally, and
Good for him.
we got a couple. He's gonna be It looks good. Looks good. The book looks nice.
Good.
Yeah, that cover looks pretty good. He says that's $6,779 is what it equal to in Canada.
Cool.
Yeah. What was that you put up there? Was I'm gonna read Rob's quote.
Rob says the hardest thing we're now facing is being made roughs for bedroom activities and personal relationships. Amen. I am officially becoming asexual, and I hope I don't touch myself wrong or I am over. Yeah.
I'm gonna file. I'm gonna file against myself.
To which I think Trico asked Rob, make sure you don't touch yourself wrong or right.
Now every bear write the comic too hot for conventions. It is. That book, Pixel Trader.
Oh, we
Quick
made
question
that.
for you. Quick question for you, sir. Actually, that ties right into the question we just got on to Ask Me Anything. Would personal accusations and other things get you removed from sites? Should you be removed from sites? Should you not be allowed to sell your comics? Should you be removed from Comic Cons? I think in Pixel's with Pixel, he had a situation with IndieCron where he had to remove a person from IndieCron because of their underhanded activities. In this situation, I'm not sure. I don't have to deal with that person. I don't know if removing them from you know, anything works or would work. I'm sure it would, but
Personally, I think the market should settle it out.
yeah.
And you know, there have been people that have had crowdfunding campaigns that have said or done things awry, and people have gone through and asked for refunds.
Hmm.
And people that are hoping to make careers crowdfunding, that after their first campaign made a lot of money, got real haughty, and have said things that I keep saying they're going to be really surprised when they on their next campaign exactly how much money they pulled out.
Rebel Comics and Gaming, Larry. He says, I'm just glad I got a sexy Korean girl, a real firecracker. Yeah, I was gonna steal her. I got a chance to meet the Niobe cosplayer. She was on Geekgasm last night.
Oh, cool.
She's quite the firecracker.
I'll have to go back and listen now.
Yeah, Niobe also the Kickstarter to be tracked by the first Kickstarter to be tracked by IndieCron.
Yep.
First time ever, and thanks for sharing, guys. Yeah, no problem.
No problem, Larry. We do that for quality books
Yeah, and
that we like and people we like.
yeah,
We're just going to put a heart on it and tell you, great work. Good work.
Yeah.
No, just kidding.
we put the emoji up. And
Only
we say,
3 days to go.
We love it.
Yeah. Larry, post your link in there, will you, to your Kickstarter page? I know you can do it. Just in case somebody here wants to jump over there. And that
Yeah,
is
but-
Niobe. Anybody out there on Indie Radio, that's Niobe on
NYOBI.
Kickstarter. NYOBI on Kickstarter. It's worth looking at.
It's let's see here, and then I want to bring up another book here real quick.
We just had Eric open up a copy of Earthbound and show us from Narwhal. Narwhal's foreign agent just got announced last week, I think, or a few days ago, and he's going gangbusters on that. That actually looks really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that. Oh, I'm sorry, I clicked the wrong one.
And of
Why
course,
does it have
Grim
to-
Reaper 2.
Yep, I'm gonna bring that up right now.
I could have called that up for you, buddy.
I do need. Yeah. Well, you want to call that up, Group 2?
You want me to pull it up? I'll pull it up. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Heck yeah. Let's talk about some positive stuff for a while.
Yeah, I can. I'll.
Just to cool the blood pressure.
Pixel says, I really don't want to be the comics police.
Yeah, no, and you shouldn't be either, Pixel. You really shouldn't.
You know, we have to say the
Sometimes
oath.
You just have to step in.
We had to say the common police oath on how to draw comics the Marvel way. All our badge has a little little picture of Jack Kirby on it, and then also you know, around the stars a lot of Kirby crackle, and then it says to protect an Excelsior.
There we go.
Excelsior and onward.
Grim Reaper 2. Are we there on mine?
Yep,
Let's remove
we are.
yours. Yep. Grim Reaper 2. Grim Reaper is back, and even hell is afraid. We had the artist on Tuesday.
Yeah, I'd have to go into YouTube to
Incredibly
give
good.
you. I'd have to go into YouTube, Larry, to give you mod status. I can't do it from
Give him what?
StreamYard. Mod moderator status.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Why, is there somebody in the chat that we need to excise?
No. Larry was saying he couldn't do something because he needs mod status.
I was going to play the video for Grim Reaper 2.
Go
but
ahead.
I think
Go ahead.
All right.
Can you make it full? You got to share the audio. There we go.
I have. Fire. Pretty crazy.
It is. It is. And they are up to, what are they up to now?
They're up to 1,675. They've had $300 within the last couple of days.
That's cool.
So
That's cool.
they deserve a lot more. It's a really nice looking product.
Yeah, yeah, and very talented husband and wife couple.
Yes.
And I believe, Randy, did you see a issue 1 and 2 pack in there at all?
I'm looking right for that right now.
Physical copy is
PDF Super Pack. Physical
copy is
copies,
25. Okay.
25. Is that for both of them? Includes second issue, physical copy, a spin-off. Nope. Still looking.
Mm-hmm.
Physical 2, physical spin-off, pin-up and sketch. Physical 2, physical spin-off, pin-up.
I'm gonna have to reach out.
Plus a sketch.
Yeah.
Gray posters, necromancers.
We're gonna have to reach out and find out. Like,
Yeah,
hey.
we really are, because they should be offering a 2-pack, because there's a lot of people out there that are just finding this product now like us.
Yeah.
I want to read the first one as well as the second one.
Mm-hmm.
This fun, this exciting project.
Yeah.
What is their goal? Their goal was only 500, so
Yeah.
the book is still coming out. So
Yeah.
they're way over their goal. So
Yeah.
that's the convenience of print on demand too.
But they deserve to be way over that.
Yes,
That's
they
a
do.
good book, and
It's a
you
nice
know,
looking
yeah.
book. It sounds awesome. Who was it? Carla was on.
Yep.
On Tuesday and was telling us all about their collaboration. Sounds awesome, incredible.
Yeah, her husband is the writer. He goes to sleep and laughs in his sleep, wakes up with these crazy ideas, and she has to draw them. We want to definitely type of support the type of creativity and a type of couple working together. Once again, people say there's no females in the industry. This is a gentleman working with his wife, putting out, this book. Is that the book there?
And they had the book is done, if I'm not mistaken. Is it done or close to done? They'll be shipping in May for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
They pride themselves on getting the books out really fast after the campaign closes.
Scroll up real quick. I'm gonna mess with Carl. I really hope he's
That's
wearing
right.
pants.
He's not wearing any
Yeah,
pants.
yeah. He's wearing pants.
He is not wearing pants. But that's okay. He has a box of books conveniently blocking the way. You might want to get out of the way.
Randy, did you pick your best IP? Very, I need you to vote. The awards go live at 6 p.m. Sunday. I will do it today. Spoiler free zone. Yeah, this book looks good. I'm gonna back it. I suggest you all do so as well.
Yep. Good book.
We can get, if you're interested in knowing more about the book, check it out, because our last INDIEVOLT live, our Tuesday night show, we had the artist Carla on, and we're gonna definitely get them back at some point. Want to get her and her husband back on to talk about the book and their process. Randy, do you think you could do a book with Monica?
No. I've already asked her. She refuses. She loves reading, but she says she doesn't have the imagination to tell a full story. And I'm like, I know you do. You just have to decide to tell it.
Yeah.
But, apparently, she doesn't want to stretch those muscles.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, guys, how do you feel about that? Anybody willing to do books with their significant others?
Oops.
Yep, there you go.
Expendables is at $113,000.
$113,253.
$113,000.
1,450 backers. That is.
Is that because of Stallone? No, it's not.
No.
So
No.
think about that for a minute.
Yeah. Wait till that book hits. I mean, and that's the thing too. You're seeing people make. I got a question. Who today can look at their paycheck and say, "I'm gonna make $100 grand
Cash
in a
grabs
year"?
at 101.
101,916.
Might as well be 102.
1,253 backers.
Both of these products come out last month or just within the last couple of weeks.
8 days left for cash grab.
Absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
When you sit and look at it, all because they voted the wrong way. Anyway.
or they just saw something in the industry. They were ran out for whatever reason. They were silenced.
They've built up an audience and a following
But people
that, quite frankly, is turning out to be larger and have deeper pockets
people are
than
leaving the
so-called
industry.
mainstream is getting.
People are leaving the industry in droves, and they're finding their
Where there's
fortunes
a will,
elsewhere.
there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. And thankfully, there's more than one way anymore. So,
Pixel says my wife is in the comics.
oh, Pixel, I feel for you. I had a first wife. That was not into comics.
I had I've been lucky.
I hope you have a lot of other things in common, Pixel.
I've been lucky.
And that
had
she's really tolerant because my wife's into comics and she's really tolerant, and I'm really lucky.
I've been lucky. I've had
And she reminds me daily. Anyway,
I've had girlfriends that were interested in comics. Or interested in geek culture. They just didn't. Not all of them were as okay with my how
passion. Like
yeah. They didn't like that. But my wife is okay with it. She's okay with it. She's
And it becomes a passion the first minute you hold a physical book in your hand. You know if you're going to do it and keep doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I would do it.
Yeah, I'm making a book with your. It's funny. Lola is actually creating 2 books, and
Yeah, she's writing. That's awesome.
yeah, she's writing, and we've been working on that, and I'm letting her get a feel for. This is the way it has. I'm letting Lola get a feel for how this comes together because she's never really took a book from creation to finish. So I'm watching that stress start to build, and she's getting to that point where she's like, you know what? This kind of sucks, and she's dealing with artists herself, and now she's seeing what I go through. So
Getting a taste.
getting a taste of that life. Yeah. So we talked about a lot of things here. Let's switch gears though, Randy, to something fun and something we haven't done in a very, very long time.
You're not going to bring out the wheel, are you?
I'm not gonna bring the wheel out.
Don't bring the wheel.
I'm not bringing the wheel out because there's no need. You're here.
And we're not talking about our porn career.
No. There is. I have a question for you.
All right.
Okay. So, and this comes from the reason why I asked this because we got some emails and I didn't want to make questions out of them, graphics for them, but I wanted to read them.
To do with adult toys being shoved in wrong orifices, does it?
No. And do you think, by the way, we did get an email related to that? I brought that to off air. I brought that to some of the ladies that have come on the show, brought it to their attention, and they said, you know what, you ought to let her know that
Depending upon the person, that could actually be somewhat pleasurable. Is that what you're saying? No.
Yeah. Should we let them know that I don't think the threat was valid, but do you have a Oh, by the way, Jordan and quarterback girls ain't on the Valentine's. You still on for that? Yeah. I'll be there. I'm gonna try to draw something. I may have to drop out real quick, but I'm gonna draw something. It's the bad girls, and I will be on Drawn and Quarter Fan Edition tonight. Oh Lord.
Are you?
Yeah.
Good for you.
Oh Lord, I'll be there, and camera won't be on my face, my lovely face. I'll be over at the drawing desk, which is over that way.
I'll have it pointed at your artwork. So.
Yeah, pointing at my artwork,
We
and
have
I'll be.
faces made for radio anyway.
Yeah. I have to make sure I do some cuticle work on my fingers because you'll be watching my hands. Oh my God, I'll lotion them up and make sure my hands are. It's kind of like I've been. Yeah. Yeah. Also, I put my other mic back over there. Wow, it's gonna get difficult tonight. You guys are gonna make me work.
Do some reshuffling.
Yeah, it'll be fine. I'm down to one mic because my other mic is broken. I don't know if I told you guys the story real quick, but I'll make this one quick too. My mic went out. My other Yeti mic went out.
Nobody
the one
has
that
faulty equipment like Varia.
no one. And
No one.
the mic is it went out, and I called Amazon, and Amazon says, "Oh, no problem. We'll just we'll start the refund. Here's the printing slip. You do the print. You print this receipt out. We'll refund your money." And I said, whoa, guys, I don't want my money back. I just want a new mic.
Yeah.
No, that's not what we do. We'll just refund your money. I was like, well, wait a minute, do I have to send everything back? As much as you can. Amazon does not care. It's my man, send whatever you can back. We don't care. We'll give you your money back. But then, so I'm like, this is BS. I just want a new mic. I don't want to have to get my money back and order a new mic and wait, But the thing was, because I'm like, this mic is still under warranty. Why am I just gonna, what do I do then? I'm gonna send you guys a broken mic that doesn't work, and Amazon also wanted to put the money back on a card that I no longer have. I think I bought it with a gift card. It was from like somebody gave me a gift card and I used the money for that. So I don't have the card anymore. The money cannot go back on that card, and there's nothing Amazon could do. So I reached out to Blue, who's owned by Logitech now, and told him, hey, my mic's busted. What do I do? They gave me some troubleshooting. I'm like, I did all that. They asked me a couple other questions, and they wanted to see my receipt where I bought it from. And I freaked out because they asked me for the product placement number. And I'm like, I don't have that, but it's actually on the bottom of the stand. So I gave them that number. My product's still under warranty. But then they tell you, okay, we need you to go into your microphone, the bottom of your microphone, and we need you to pull out, there's a little black piece in your USB port. You're going to pull that out. And here I am really scared that I'm going to, damage something. Terrified that I'm going to damage this microphone because, you pay $150 for these things. They aren't, they aren't expensive, but they aren't inexpensive. I mean, it's already not working, but I'm not sure what they're asking me for. But anyway, they have me pull this piece out. And then they tell me, now write your name or write this code next to your name or your next to the USB port. Okay, thanks. Take a picture of that. Okay, we'll send you a new mic. So they just wanted me to make sure that I broke the mic truly and for good. That's what they wanted.
Yep.
Yeah, you want a new mic, we'll send you one, but you're going to prove that you broke that one, that it cannot be used anymore. I was
astonished. Livid?
Yeah, I mean, because it's like, then again, though, there's a part of me that understands it. I understand what they go through as a company. I want to post this because I'm going to share this. I know you guys are probably like, what does that have to do with comics? Nothing, absolutely nothing.
And he's no, he's back.
Here it is. Yeah, there it is. That's the gravity. They said pull that graphic out. Right, pull that part out, and it does not come out that easy. Pull that out.
And that truly breaks the microphone.
That truly, apparently breaks my. Now if it came out that easy, you could probably reassemble that.
Now it's useless. Just throw it away.
Yeah, now it's useless. I'm gonna keep it and maybe bronze it. Pat Koala says that was the longest road to a lackluster finish. As my wife says. Pat Koala.
Sorry, Pat Koala.
Yeah, Pat Koala's gonna be on the show.
Not every story has a happy ending.
He's gonna be on the show with us Tuesday. Pat, you're on for Tuesday, right? Tuesday 9:00.
Give us a thumbs up in the chat, Pat.
Yeah, he's got a book. He just sent me the PDF. Randy, I sent it to you yesterday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
Yep. So Randy's got the PDF. I got the PDF. We're gonna print it. I'm just kidding. No, we're not gonna print it. But we're gonna talk about the book.
Mean.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Here. All right. Awesome. We'll have you here at 9.
Violated Blue.
Yeah. I said I violated Blue. I did.
Was that the color of your microphone?
No, but that's who makes them.
My boy Blue.
Yeah. Yeah. We
personal. That sounds. Never mind.
So now my new mic is on the way. So yeah, I'm gonna have another one. And hopefully it's the same color. Hopefully.
Did he spell blue correctly? Never mind.
Yeah. Oh.
Remember,
So
we are TVMA, DLSV.
So Randy, here's the question from we got, and
the S stands for synchronicity.
The question we got was, what do you do? What do you do?
Dance.
If you come into your home and find out that your girlfriend is mad at you, or in this case your wife, and she has gone down.
It can be my girlfriend.
Okay, maybe your wife is mad about your girlfriend, and she's gone downstairs and she has or into your office and she's destroyed all of your artwork, setting you back months, and your project's been crowdfunded.
She'd have to destroy my computer anymore the last couple of years.
Yeah,
So, but yeah, she set fire to my file cabinet with all of my artwork on it.
yeah.
Is that what you're asking?
Well, this particular person says, it's a crowdfunded book, so what should they do? And the pages have been destroyed.
I hope we had digital copies.
Yeah, I would hope so. Scan those puppies the minute they're finished. Scan them.
Always have backups. Always. I learned that my last external hard drive. It only takes one or two for you to drive that into your head. I better make a backup.
Yeah, I have. And speaking of that, backups, I have my computer do a backup once a week.
That's why I keep saying one good electrical pulse, and everybody's digital comic collections are fried.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, always have backups. Always have physical backups. Back when I was producing books, I was always running out to the copy place. I should have just rented a copy machine because I was out almost daily copying off books in order to make sure I had some good, solid black and white Xeroxes of those books just in case something happened to those originals. And I honestly feel for whoever wrote into you because if that set them back, and yeah, I would be pretty irate. We're probably talking some sort of a lawsuit if she's got a viable income stream. I definitely would be taking pictures and keeping your bills if you had to pay for the art up front, which most of us do anymore.
Is she still your girlfriend at that point?
Oh no, that's not happening. That's not happening. Done.
Yeah. It's like
That's no longer your girlfriend. That is your what's the legal term I'm looking for?
saboteur.
No, that's the person you're suing. That's who that is. That's the plaintiff. Plaintiff? Defendant. Probably
Yeah.
the defendant in your case. Yeah.
You just graduated from girlfriend to
Legal
defendant
action.
status.
Yep.
Yeah. Hard drives and clouds and dump here. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have my computer set to do a backup once a week.
I have
And-
a couple of massive trees of CDs. I was back when I was doing Flint Comics. I learned because that's when my external hard drive burned out. So like between issues 5 and 15 of Flint Comics, they don't exist anymore. But 1 to 5 and 16 to 100, I've got I still have CDs of them.
Yeah.
And I do that for a lot of the commercial work that I do too, just in case a client comes back and something's happened to my computer in the meantime. I have probably the last 10 years of some clients sitting here on spindle. Even though CDs are rustic anymore. Now I've got to get a couple of hard drives or thumb drives that you keep protected and off to the side.
For iNDIEVOLT, I keep I have 2 externals. For iNDIEVOLT, I have an external.
I never
and
trusted an external ever again.
I have
Ever.
well, these are solid state.
Standards and practices says that
There you
we've
go.
overstepped.
Yeah. These are solid state drives, so they're not like traditional hard drives. They're pretty much glorified flash drives.
Keep talking. I'm going off line.
And I keep them off to the side of my computer, and I plug up iNDIEVOLT stuff, and I plug it up, and I store iNDIEVOLT website stuff and the films and stuff on that. And then my Last Call Comics books are all on external too.
That was
It's very
obviously a
important.
spammer, so it wasn't
Yeah.
important. Go ahead.
So yeah,
That's
that is
no better than to call while I'm on the air anyway.
let's see here.
Bloodworth.
Yeah. He says, when I was working on Abel, the original inker lost the pages to the first chapter and disappeared. I had made copies of the pencils before they were mailed. The next inker used those to finish it.
Yeah, thank goodness you've done
Yikes.
that, huh? Yeah. Always have backups.
Yeah.
That's true. Always have a backup.
Is there anything you could have
never
did,
know.
Mark? Like, did you have to contact them at all? Like, how did you know like he was gone?
If I remember right, they ghosted. They just completely disappeared.
Oh,
Am I wrong, Mark?
is what you think the plan was? Hey, I got pages. I'm about to go sell these. You know.
I think I'm not sure why they disappeared. Did you ever find them, Mark? The person who did that work?
He's like, I found them. They don't exist anymore. They're not gonna be a problem any longer. Yeah, I tracked him down.
Is that what he says? I don't
No,
know.
no, he didn't say that. Yeah,
Okay.
I tracked.
Well, hopefully, at least you had a positive ending to that solution because you had a backup. So
Yeah,
tell your person, especially on a crowdfunding book, oh man, you better get back to work. I hope it wasn't a full graphic novel. Like disappeared. Yeah, he disappeared.
yeah. It says yeah. No, not wrong. Yeah, personal issues and left.
Yeah.
Like disappeared. Yeah, I would be very upset. I've had inkers also destroy my artwork, so that was very sad. I had an inker go lose my book, and I never cried over artwork, but I cried. I remember looking at my mother asking why he would do this to my artwork, and I was grown. I mean, I was a grown man. I must have been about, oh gosh, 25, 26. And after, because I had finished the book, I had like really buckled down and knocked this book out to the best of my ability at that time, and was really excited to get it inked by people. And nope, nope, I should
On
have.
an off note, just want to say hello to Terry Wellborn. She just sent me a text message saying that she's enjoying our podcasts.
Ah,
Hopefully, Terry hasn't just discovered us, but we've been here for, man, it's almost been a year.
yeah,
Hasn't it?
Yeah.
It's got to be really close.
yeah. It's got to be super close to a year, and it's got to be you
What's
have
our,
to have
what's our number on the IndieVolt radio now?
IndieVolt Radio. Let me bring that up. I actually closed it out to bring up some stuff because I figured
Uh-oh.
the less pages I have open, the better.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Let me see here.
The less computer wear and tear you have, the more likely you'll make it through the podcast.
1,081.
Oh,
Thank you.
Awesome. Into the 4 digits. Thank you, everybody out there in Indie Volt Radio land. We appreciate each and every one of them.
We do. That's we've been hitting the four figures a lot lately.
Yes,
So
from all over the world, and we love that. We love that.
and if you're able to reach out to us on IndieVolt on YouTube, please do that. Make sure you click subscribe and notifications so you can be caught up to date and be made aware whenever we post new content and whenever we go live here.
Yep.
I've been told that it's a different experience listening to it and seeing it because I mean obviously when we show art,
that's because we have faces made for radio. People go, I don't have to look at those bums.
yeah.
They're funny to listen to, but I don't want to see them. Jeez.
Yeah, I don't want to see
That's
all
what it
that.
is.
So yeah,
They're not mesmerized by your coon skin cap.
no,
They're watching that tail go every time you move your head.
yeah. It's, I got some. You know, what's funny is that there are nights when I know I have breakfast buzz in the morning, I make sure the hat is near me, and when you wake up so early and the first thing you do is reach for the hat or you feel the hat, you freak out. Like, what is that next to me? Why does it have a tail? It's my hat. So, we want to thank. Okay.
Nice kitty. Wait a minute, I don't have a cat.
Yeah. We want to thank everybody for watching. Hey, guys, if you want your question to be read on IndieVolt by Mr. Zimm or Mr. Rosema whenever he's on, or
Whoever's here, somebody will read it.
yeah, we're gonna try to get Carla or Vicky to read them next time, because we got Carla to say the most educated comics panel. Maybe we'll get Mandy to say IndieVolt. Like
Spanish.
what?
Yeah, that would be funny.
Yeah. IndieVolt Live. You can send those questions in. IndieVolt Live at IndieVolt.com. Include IndieVolt Live in the subject. And please keep those emails to 90 words or less. I might even shorten that now.
So that we can fit it on one card. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, please.
Yeah.
Make it as direct as possible.
Yeah. Quit adding your little weasel words. Try to get me to.
Your damn weasel words.
Yeah. Quit it. But yeah, if you want to get your questions up here, that's where you want to mail them into. IndieVolt Live at IndieVolt.com. And then obviously, some people have messaged me questions directly. But, if you want to make sure I get them, you can do both, I guess. Also, we've been talking about it. And we'll talk about it again. IndieVolt Radio. You can take us with you wherever you go. IndieVolt Radio is the perfect companion to our official website, IndieVolt.com. IndieVolt Radio plays the best the very best in indie music, entertainment news, and more 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can hear music from talent like Chemical, Park Squares and Alleys, and Dimswan. Download the IndieVolt Radio app on Android's Google Play Store or listen in with the Streamer app on iOS. You can also check out IndieVolt Radio by visiting our official site, indievolt.com, and utilizing the built-in player right there on the front page, therefore using up all my precious bandwidth.
And if you're fortunate enough to catch the Phil Collins hour, consider yourself lucky.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do all Wham next Friday.
Wham.
Yeah.
Wham and ABBA. There you go, baby.
Yeah. And don't forget about Stick Sunday.
Actually, there's probably a call for Wham and ABBA anymore. It's been long enough for nostalgia to roll back around.
Yeah,
For them to be popular.
we have Stick Saturday, or Sunday too.
Nickelback, the Nickelback hour.
And of course, you guys all know about IndieVolt TV. It's the over-the-top streaming service available on Roku and coming soon to Amazon Fire Stick and more. Stream independent movies, music videos, wrestling, original documentaries, and more on IndieVolt TV. And again, it is 100% free, just like IndieVolt Radio. Find IndieVolt TV by searching the channel store on your Roku device or Roku-enabled television. Randy, we've talked about some pretty dark things here today. Let's try to leave people with some type of happiness. That's what we do here.
I'll be at the Great Lakes Con here in a couple of weeks in Warren, Great Lakes, and then April 18th we have the Flint Comics Con going on at the Flint Farmers Market, June 28th up in Saginaw at the Saginaw SVRC Center Marketplace. All with great guests, great local people. There's some really cool things, and I'm way behind on my promotions on Facebook. So I'm available on Facebook. I have a Gmail address. You can always email me whenever you want, and the Flint Comics Facebook page is still up there if you want to swing by and laugh at that for a bit. You're more than welcome. So,
of course, you can always find me at IndieVolt, also on Twitter at kid_V. Shoot me a message over there. IndieVolt, the Facebook. Me on Facebook, Varying Grant, and
we were talking about Niobe earlier off a Kickstarter. Grim Reaper 2 is still going on Indiegogo. We suggest you look at both of those and invest in those crowdfunding campaigns if you can.
Next,
appreciate it. And didn't you have some announcements about the BuzzBox?
I do.
Have 7 minutes. So.
Yeah, in the BuzzBox.
You might want to explain what the BuzzBox is.
For anybody who doesn't know, anybody who doesn't know, the BuzzBox is a box we're putting together full of indie entertainment. A lot of comics in there. We said it before. The box is going to be about $40. That includes shipping and handling. It is going to close here in about.
And we haven't talked about it enough on air.
Yeah.
To let you know, it's really going to have a lot of alternative comics. It'll be more than worth the price of admission.
Yeah.
All of them are a good, solid read.
So there are 4 books here that I can announce that are in the box. 4.
Do you want to hold off on that until Tuesday, or do you want to announce one now? And
well, some people know which what's in the box. Some people know. Maybe I should hold off. Maybe I should hold off to Tuesday.
Hold off until Tuesday. Just make people aware of the box. Tune in Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah.
We'll talk. We promise we'll talk more about it then.
Yeah, because you'll have a couple.
We're a little overly soapboxy today.
You'll have a couple more days, even on Tuesday, to make sure you get a box. You have about another 2 weeks, maybe 2 weeks to get in on the box. You definitely want to get one. I'm telling you, you definitely want to get one of these boxes.
It'll be fun.
Yeah.
That's that little bit of fun and entertainment that comics desperately need.
Yeah. All right, Randy. Thank you for joining me, sir. We will be
for having me. Always.
Unless there's breaking news from somewhere, me and Randy love to talk. We'll come right back.
Hopefully, nothing local again.
Yeah.
Not too soon.
Yeah. Hopefully nothing. Hopefully nothing breaks.
Or something happy. That would be nice.
Yeah. Something happy would be great. Otherwise, me and Randy be coming right back at you Tuesday at 9 p.m. We're going to have Pat Koala, and we're going to have, I think someone else. Have someone else I haven't booked yet. We're talking about booking them, so we'll have them.
We're waiting for confirmation. That's what it is. Yeah.
And if that happens, you guys be the first to know. But until then.
Plus, there's Geekgasm also that pops up on Wednesday night. That's the comics industry from a female perspective.
Yeah.
That starts at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday night. That's also available on IndieVolt Radio.
Yep. And that's hosted by Lola. If you see Lola
Yep.
on our show, she's on that too. And I'm on loan over there, so I'm trying my best to get off of being
Your
on loan.
voice in the way in the background
Yeah.
while Lola's talking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely.
So thank you guys for watching. Please treat each other fairly. Treat
Please.
each other with respect.
Be nice.
Yeah.
And don't be mean. You don't have to be mean. That's
Yeah.
what Rubans, I would say.
Until then, everybody, remember, don't get too stressed out about these characters. There's a reason why. Because when you get too stressed out about comics and characters, you should remember.
Okay, they're talking about fictional characters. Fictional characters. Am I getting through to you at all?
Getting through to you at all.
Thank you guys for watching. We appreciate it. We appreciate you. We will see you back here
Yep.
Tuesday.
We appreciate you deeply. Thank you so much. See you Tuesday. Thanks a lot for being here. Take care. We'll see you.